said
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Pro Wrestling Throwdown for the week of June 22nd, 2025. I'm Caleb Black, along with Luke, the Big Dog Williams, our in-studio editor, Big Bad John, and our in-studio correspondent, Sweet Tea. And here we are. It's Wrestling Day. It's Sunday. Luke, how's your Sunday?
it's going fantastic. Wish we had a lot better stuff to start the show off with, but
Yep, Big Bad John.
it's definitely the day after Saturday.
That's right. We'll get into all of our stories here in just a moment. Big Bad John, how's your Sunday, sir?
My Sunday's alright.
Well, that's good to know.
Man, a few words.
What?
How's your Sunday?
Still more words than Max.
Humid.
It is. It's awful. It's humid out there.
I've got titty sweat.
There's some boob sweat.
Always booby sweat.
Max is not with us at the moment. He is parasailing over the ocean. The blue one. The blue ocean.
What's the professional doing?
She is driving the boat.
She's driving the boat.
She's driving the boat. Max is
She's
parasailing.
practicing for that bus ride we're all going to take eventually.
Let me ride the boat. All right.
Let me steal the boat.
Let me steal the boat. All right. Well, Big Bad John, let's get into it. Our top story of the day.
Unfortunately.
So, now again, we don't typically cover politics or political situations on this show.
However,
But this one is exceptionally topical. If you weren't paying attention, yesterday, the United States launched an airstrike on 3 major nuclear facilities in Iran. And Iran, not only yesterday, put out a press release, having said every American citizen or military personnel of the region is now a target. They doubled down with that today, saying they condemn the United States, they condemn the administration, which leads us to this particular story. As you all know, the WWE is set to perform in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, which is directly over Iran airspace, and there are internal conversations at TKO as to whether or not they should reschedule that particular show. Now, we have seen historically where the WWE did not take the time to reschedule their shows. In fact, their very first show in Riyadh, they got stranded on the tarmac due to a dispute with one of the Saudi Arabian members of the Emirate government.
Yes. Over television stuff.
Well, over money.
Yeah.
So now here we sit again. Obviously, my immediate thought is that with TKO, its particular board of directors, including not only their actual fiscal board of directors, but members like the McMahon family members and Dana White, will probably push the show forward to go on in Riyadh if I am not wrong. However, the United States government can always step in and say, look, we do not want major public assets overseas at this time that don't have to be there, which, I guess we'll see what they decide to do, which I hope that they make the right decision, and if the show goes on, obviously we hope that all of the WWE staff, talent personnel, TKO staff, talent personnel, everybody who goes remains not only safe but returns safely home, and we will continue to follow this story as it unfolds.
It's a super sticky situation right now. If they do decide to go, it's going to be very tense. It's going to be one of those things where, like the first time we did the USO show, where they were like, you can go or you can choose not to go. Which was the first Night of Champions.
Yeah.
They were given that option. If you don't want to go perform over there, you don't have to, because we were in the middle of the shit over there.
However,
It's your own risk.
One could argue that a show like this could help morale. I mean, obviously we don't know. We'll find out more this week. We'll also find out how the government intends to respond to Iran's threats. And from all of us here at Pro Wrestling Throwdown, please be safe.
Yes,
please
everyone,
be smart.
Please
be conscientious over the internet, over what you say, because things are getting very tense. Not only foreign, but also domestically. So everyone just be careful.
And be cool, y'all.
Be cool, man.
There's too much fucking negativity in the world.
That's
cool.
right.
We're all just trying to survive.
Just trying to make it.
Also, I mean, a possible thing is we could move Night of Champions to the Performance Center.
They could book a last minute arena. They've got contacts all over the place. You know what would be cool? So let's pretend for a moment that they do decide to go somewhere else.
Impact Zone?
No, they should take it to Arena Mexico. It's another international show. They continue getting eyes on their product, increasing their relationship with AAA.
Makes sense.
They could also, I mean, if TKO is really about it, Madison Square Garden, fuck it. We're not going to go overseas. We're going to go to the most American.
Right.
We're going to go to the most American arena on the planet, Madison Square Garden. All of the history there. Fuck it. Let's go there. There are a lot of places, a lot of options. Obviously, like I said, I believe they still live in Riyadh.
Happy Sunday, Derek.
Happy Sunday indeed.
All right. Hit us with the next one, Big Bad John.
All right. We have our lineup for Night of Champions. Shape it up.
All right. So we want to go ahead and get into picks.
Let's do picks, baby. All right. So
All right,
before we do that, hold on, Big Bad John. Bring me back for just a second. We have to do our points recap from Triple Mania.
Yes.
You took me out of first.
Actually, I have a graphic for that. So do you just want to do that, and then we'll add the points together? Oh no, never mind. I had it in the wrong order.
Yeah,
never mind.
we
You're
have
good.
to
You're good.
do the
You're good.
recap before we do the
Yeah,
points.
we'll do what I was going to
Yeah.
talk about later. It's fine.
Anyway, so we had the trios match with La Parka and the Aztec Warriors taking on Los Vipers. The entire team voted for the Aztec Warriors and La Parka, and the entire team takes a point. Another trios match, we have Nino Hamburguesa, Mr. Iguana, and El Fisca versus the Tokyo Bad Boys. Everybody went with the Lizard, and everybody takes a point. In a four-way for the AAA World Tag Titles, we have Nueva Generacion Dinamite versus Los Garza versus the Nemeth Brothers versus Psycho Clown and Pagano, or Pequeño, whatever, Pagano.
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 That's exactly it.
That's a
Go with
G.
Picante.
Anyway, Dinamite was Sweet Tea and Big Bad John's pick. The Professional went with Psycho Clown and Pagano. And myself, Luke, and Max all went with Los Garza, and Los Garza takes the titles. So we all three get a point for that. In the three-way for the AAA Women's title, Lady Flamer versus Dailies versus Lady Shaney. We all went Dailies. Lady Flamer retained.
In a good match.
Correct. In a four-way for the TNA X Division title, we had Moose, the defending champion, against El Macias versus Joe. I'm out of camera. Versus Joe Hendry.
There he is.
Versus Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. Myself and the Professional went Dr. Wagner. Everybody else went Joe Hendry. And we all lost because the Moose retained.
Here's the deal. I don't know if I any longer believe in Joe Hendry.
He's still there.
He's really hurt my soul.
Yeah.
He's heard you.
And
He's let me down a lot here recently.
in a steel cage match for the AAA Mega Championship, El Hijo del Vikingo successfully defended against Alberto El
And
Patron.
the biggest shit fest
Okay,
that I have ever witnessed
so
in my life.
What people need to understand here is that even though the WWE and TKO now own AAA, Mexican wrestling fans love Alberto El Patron. Now, despite what you know about him in the United States from his toxic relationships, he is still revered as one of the greatest fucking luchadors of all time, and that's almost inarguable. They shit all over Vikingo on that show because they want Patron to be their guy. He's been their guy for like 10 fucking years, ever since he left the E, ever since he went to TNA and was the TNA champion as well as the Mega
They
champion.
handcuffed the man with broken
When
handcuffs.
they did, here's the thing. You don't have to like it personally because of his toxic relationships. But I've been involved in toxic relationships, and I understand that sometimes it takes two to tango.
Or Waltz, for that matter.
The fans love the fucking guy.
Ow!
Sorry. They love the fucking guy. And I understand, too, why the WWE would want Vikingo to be their AAA representative.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously.
But if the international fans that you're trying to acquire and trying to appease to ain't into it, maybe you should step back from your own creative.
Mike Tyson did rape a woman.
Look, that's 100%
And he
true.
is
and he's still
in-
a beloved.
He's still in the Hall of Fame.
Well,
They took Hogan out for saying a racist slur, but Mike Tyson got to stay. So did Trump.
There's a felon in the White House. So what
There's
can
multiple
you say?
felons in the White House.
Yeah. Back in
And
my,
in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess.
hey, like Jim Cornette said, now two cons run the wrestling business. When I was coming in, only cons ran the wrestling business.
Right.
But here we go. So with the points recap, that means that everybody gets 3 points. Myself, Luke, and Max get 4.
Happy belated birthday to Jim Cornette. It was yesterday.
No, Jim Cornette's birthday's in September.
What was it yesterday? It was the anniversary of a show. Something big happened.
Yeah, his birthday's definitely September.
Then it had to have been the show.
Yeah.
Okay, well, either way, congratulations.
Yeah. All right, so with that being said, our points recap. Coming in last place is Luke, coming up from 21 to 25 points. In a two-way tie for third.
I'm not in last place, am I?
Yes, you are, sir.
How many points I got?
You have 25.
Shit.
In a tie for third place, we have the Professional and the mighty Max Fury.
Nice.
At 27 points. In a tie for second place, we have Big Bad John and Sweet Tea with 28 points. And in first place, at 29 points,
Jesus.
K-Bizzle back in the driver's seat.
Tight race.
Hey, I'm not far behind.
No, you're not. Nobody's far behind.
That's a tight race.
And we're not even to SummerSlam yet. We're not even halfway there yet.
Next AEW pay-per-view, we can make that up. I mean, they are do
Well, yeah, they're going to be
matches.
15 matches.
It's going to be a really, really tight race.
It's going to be a
this
tight
season.
A lot
season.
of points.
A lot of
this
extra
year.
shows.
Yeah.
The extra TNA pay-per-views, the two other Triple Manias.
I was about to say the two other Triple
Not to mention the Japanese watch along in January. We're not even in July yet.
No.
We're already looking at having almost 30 points in. Wild. All right, so that being said, we head over to our next pay-per-view, which takes place this weekend.
Maybe.
Well, it's going to take place somewhere.
Right.
Night of Champions, June 28th.
Oh, yeah. I got her picks right here. And I got Max's picks.
All right, we're not going to go in any particular order.
Nope.
We're just going to start from the bottom. Now we're here.
Started from
Four.
the bottom now.
A United States Championship. We have Jacob Fatu defending against Solo Sikoa.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and
Give me Max and K's. Yep.
Max and K's. Max goes Jacob Fatu.
Yep.
K goes Solo Sikoa.
Ooh, interesting choice. Well, Solo does still have Mateo in his corner.
I'll go next, and I will also say Solo Sikoa.
Okay.
If you want to continue the storyline, he needs to steal the belt from Jacob.
That's a fair argument. Big Bad John?
Solo.
Ooh.
That, and if you put the United States title on Solo, then Jacob Fatu can start concentrating on the heavyweight championship.
True. Sweet tea.
That's just my outlook on it.
Who's went with Fatu so far?
Max.
I'll go with Solo.
I am going with Fatu.
See,
Be a good one.
I don't know.
Well, we're going to find out Sunday. All right. Dirty Dominic Mysterio defends the WWE Intercontinental Championship against the phenomenal AJ Styles. Also, would like to point out that AJ Styles' contract is due after Night of Champions.
Yes. K goes
Unless
Dominic.
he's renegotiated, which we don't know.
Max also goes Mysterio.
Dirty Dom.
It's got to be, right? Dirty Dom. It's got to be.
I'm thinking Dom. I'm thinking AJ puts him over on the way
If
out.
one title gets changed, it'll be the
And
United
then
States.
AJ
It won't be
debuts it all in Texas. That is my where my money's at.
Would be
I'll go with-
interesting.
I'll go with Dom.
All right. Now, we do not know the two finalists in the King of the Ring.
But we have picks. This is
Yes.
how we're going to go with this. I didn't know how you wanted that in
Sure,
there.
sure.
Asuka will either wrestle Perez
Mm-hmm.
or Jade Cargill.
Uh-huh.
So there's 3 separate ways you can do this.
You can go Asuka, Perez, or Cargill.
Exactly.
Or, you can wait also. But don't forget, we can still change our vote by the end of
Right?
the week.
Well, that has to do with what I've got written here, too.
Yeah.
So,
As it stands, though.
as it stands, Max has solidly... Which one are we at right now?
We are Asuka versus either Perez and or Cargill.
Jade Cargill... Or, I'm sorry, hold on. Sorry, he went Roxanne Perez.
Okay.
Kay has went Jade Cargill.
Okay.
So one of them will have to change their picks.
Okay.
I'm going with Asuka.
Asuka.
I, too, am going Asuka. Because that means it'll be Asuka and Io at SummerSlam.
As much as I would like to see Roxanne Perez as queen, because I think it would do wonders for her career right now, being a heel queen.
But we had a heel queen.
Well, we also have to remember that the Miss Money in the Bank is a heel.
True.
So the winner of the Queen of the Ring gets the title shot at SummerSlam. So who does she cash in on? Is the main thing here.
Well, Asuka and Io...
I gotta go...
Hear me out. Asuka and Io aren't on the outs. They can have a respect match, and the heel can still cash in and fuck somebody. And then it puts Asuka and Io right back together as part of Damage Control.
Well, it gives them a title shot. I mean, what if Roxanne was to win and pick Tiffany?
True.
And then you would get Asuka and Io regardless.
True.
So just pick some.
I went Perez at the beginning of this tournament. I'm gonna follow it out.
All
I'm
right.
going Roxanne Perez.
It says parade.
Unless Jade Cargill wins, then I'm going Asuka.
Fair enough. Well, we'll find out.
I'm just letting you know
find out
ahead
this
of
week
time on here.
All right. So in the King of the Ring finals, we have Randy Orton taking on either
Cody Rhodes
or
Jey Uso.
Yeah, I know it hurts, right? Totally hurts. Now, I'm going to do K's real quick. It's very simple how to explain it. K says if Jay wins, Jay. If Cody wins, Orton. She's going against Cody Rhodes, period. So.
Okay.
So if it's Jay, she goes with Jay. If not, she's going with Orton. I just think
We'll just have to remember that.
Just think we're kind of giving this away.
Okay.
Max went Uso. What?
He didn't go for his boy Orton?
Wow.
You
Other
sure he's
times
parasailing?
they are a changing. Well, if he's not parasailing, he certainly hides a kite.
That's a good one.
Gosh.
I'm going Orton.
Going Jay.
Who are you going with? Come on, boys.
Here's the thing.
Cody's gonna go heel. So,
Not yet.
yeah, but I think soon. Jey Uso. I'm going Jey Uso. If he wins. If not, I'm probably going Orton. Because you never know, the winner might have to face Goldberg.
We already did Randy and Cena for the belt.
Yeah.
We already did Randy and Cena for the belt.
We already did Randy and Gunther for the title.
We
But
have-
if Goldberg wins,
That's true. And if Goldberg wins, Jay can challenge.
Well, Kevin,
Goldberg as well.
Seth Rollins is going to cash in if that happens. That's how they'll write Goldberg off. They'll give him the championship, and then he'll eat a stomp.
And then it goes into Jay and Seth.
And you'll have... well, I was thinking
Randy
eventually
and Seth.
Sammy and
No,
Seth.
but I'm talking about like immediately after.
Randy. It would be Randy and Seth.
But if Cody wins, he can challenge Cena for the belt at SummerSlam 6 months after he beats him.
Yes.
Unless
lose again.
Punk wins, and then if Punk beats him, which could very well happen, to take the belt off of him to continue his heel run anyway. It's not going to, but it could. Then you go into what? Because that'll put Punk on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Takes him away from Raw, which isn't going to happen. So it's got to be. Fuck. You know what? I am going to say Cody, and then if Cody loses to Jay, I'm just going to. I'll be able to. I'll still be able to switch my point.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Cody for now.
All right.
And in the main event, WWE World Championship, or WWE Undisputed Championship, right?
Yes, WWE Championship.
Sweet Tea, before you go out, who do you want, Cena or Punk?
Going with retain.
Luke, give me Max and K's.
Both went Cena.
Big Bad John.
Cena.
Luke.
Cena.
And Cena myself.
I don't think it's the end yet. I think they're saving that for something special.
All right, well, there we have it, folks. Picks have been made. Tentative. They can still change before Saturday. But,
All depending on the two championship matches.
well, no, I mean, anybody. If I decide to change Fatu before Saturday, I can. I'm not
No.
gonna.
I mean, but that's also a reason
Yeah.
to stay tuned.
So there we have it, folks. Night of Champions picks are in. Points are on the line. $1 million is on the line. And one man's life is on the line.
Love this movie.
Ready to rumble? You don't know that? You should.
That's wrestling. Let's bio dump.
That's right.
Hit us with the next one, Big Bad John. Let's talk about it.
Los Garza winning the AAA World Tag Team titles, bringing the AAA titles to the WWE.
I would like to state for the record that we all had this conversation last week
We did.
when we stated that the best way for this to be done would be for them to win the titles so they could show up on SmackDown with them. And here we are. It's fantastic. It got Psycho Clown a job offer. WWE is now interested in the Psycho Clown gimmick.
Yeah.
Which is cool as fuck.
Yeah, the clowns. Hey, look, we've talked about it all the time, too. Like, the need for more established tag teams, especially now with, I mean, technically speaking, including the TNA tag titles, which have been in the mix. Now we've got 5 different shows with focus on the tag titles.
You know what I want? Danhausen, his contract is up in July.
Mm-hmm. He needs to become a
Have
tag team
him
with the
come
Iguana.
into WWE. Have the iguana be his pet. Have him carry him, walk him around with a leash on.
Okay, that
Because you seen how crazy he gets when you fuck with his doll?
would get over real big.
Oh my god, would it a boy in his fucking lizard?
Just a boy and his lizard.
We could call him Iguanahausen.
Iguanahausen. I'm in. AAA Tag Team Champions, Iguanahausen.
You came up with the Iguanahausen?
Iguanahausen.
I think somebody said that last week, too. Yeah, I'm in.
Alright, well, we got Garza's Tag Team Champions.
Yep.
It's only going to be a matter of time before we start defending the AAA Championship
Yep.
on Raw or SmackDown,
We've
which
got-
is great. Brings in the Hispanic viewership.
Have we determined yet very clearly how many titles are in AAA? I know it's their mega title, their women's title, their
They
tag
got
titles.
6-pack titles.
Do they have trios belts?
Yes,
Okay, so
yeah.
that could be a lot of fun for the WWE to get.
I think they have junior tag titles. I think they have a junior trios championship.
They probably got a dozen.
They
half or
got
so.
mixed.
Hell, CMLL has like 30.
Yeah. Probably $1 billion.
Yeah.
If I was a betting person.
Yeah.
Go ahead and hit us with the next one, Big Bad John. Now, congratulations to the Garzas, new
Yes,
tag team
sir.
champions. They kept the ring, Caleb.
They did. We talked about it. I'm glad they did. I hope they do. I hope they continue to keep it.
I do too. I think it gives it
Specific.
that.
Even if they only keep it for the AAA shows, and
Yeah.
then they when they do the crossover shows like they did with Worlds Collide, they could use a 4-sided ring. Then I don't think anybody complained too much.
I didn't. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I like they kept the colored ropes.
Yeah, but for now, let's keep the 6 sides of Mexican pride.
I think it's great. I think it's really
The
gonna
6 sides of pride.
That's right.
That's what they should fucking call that ring. You're welcome. I'll
That's
even
right.
give it
Tell
to you
him.
for free.
Tell them.
6 sides of pride.
Wait, no, we can market that shit.
No, wait, no, it's ours. Never mind. You can't have
Yeah,
it.
you can't have it.
You can pay me
He
for
says
it.
not what he means.
You can pay me for it. I'll take your money. But you got to pay me in dollars, not pesos.
Yeah, well, I don't know. What's the exchange rate?
Way more in dollars.
Oh, that's true.
way more in dollars.
Hit us with the next one, Bad John. What we got next here? Oh, yes. July 4th, Independence Day, SmackDown moves back to 2 hours.
Yes.
As reported by me a couple weeks ago, they had stated that it was going to go to 3 hours, that they were happy with it.
Yeah.
However, USA bought some new shows, so they need that hour time slot to promote and execute their new series of shows. They're going to piggyback off of SmackDown's ratings.
Yeah.
It's what USA has done since the beginning of WWE.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what the fuck Pacific Blue or Silk Stockings or
Right.
All Night or
Well,
any of those were if it wasn't for Monday Night Raw.
and you got to remember too, counter programming to Raw. They don't even run a full 2 hours anymore.
No.
They run about an hour and a half, hour 45.
And
maybe.
you can get the overtime on USA because they don't care.
Yeah. So with that, that's a lot of wrestling programming, specifically for USA Network,
Yes.
considering they're still programming for NXT as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So 5 hours. Remember when Raw, NXT, and SmackDown were all on USA Network
Well,
for that 1 year?
CW now has NXT.
Well, but they still block programming time that they're filling with TV shows now.
yes.
See what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
I get what
they
you're saying.
they no longer have 2 other shows to counter program.
Here's
is
the
my
deal,
point.
man. There's so much good wrestling out there, man, right now.
Yeah.
Oh, Wrestling Central just opened up on the Roku app, and it is NWA Power and Wow Women of Wrestling 24/7. It's the channel that they worked out. Wrestling Central.
If
These
only.
shows are available on Sling, Freevee, Tubi, whatever you got free. It's free For
Only the
public.
NWA had a deal with the network at one point in time where they would have been a mainstream show. And if only, should that deal have ever popped up, they wouldn't have made some ridiculous booking decision at the pay-per-view to allow Sinister Minister to fuck up my TV.
Surely they wouldn't.
Surely they wouldn't have done that.
No, not
Surely
even.
not. Surely they wouldn't have been so goddamn stupid as to have Sinister Minister do cocaine.
No.
Sorry,
Simulated.
whatever. Do some sort of simulated drug in front of a CW expert the week they penned the goddamn deal to become the wrestling show on the CW. Surely that didn't happen. I told you, I'm never letting it go.
Fix it.
Fix it.
Or I'm never letting it go.
You had, it was there. It was Turbo Man in your hands. Ta-ta, Turtle Man. How you like that?
That's messed up, dude. How dare
Fucking-
they? How dare they? It's alright. Calm down. That's enough. Ooh.
Fucking stupid.
Hit us with the next one, Big Bad John. So, World War III starts. And what do we book?
I don't think I'm going to comment on that. I do think it's a little funny.
Just saying.
Horrible.
Just saying.
I got some Fireball if you need it.
Oldberg, man.
You know what I really like about this picture, though? Hit us with the next one, John. Of all the people that stared down at The Undertaker, they all look worried in some way except
Or
Gunther,
serious and intense.
who's laughing in his face.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it.
Love it. Here's the deal. Goldberg, if you beat Gunther, it better be
Fantastic.
36 minutes of just utter fucking destruction. Because if I get a 3-minute title win, I might literally punch my TV set.
I just don't understand what we're doing.
Look what they did to The Fiend, dude. It's history repeating itself.
But
I like it. I like it.
I get Goldberg having beat The Fiend when Vince ran things. I get that.
That's my
decision.
point. That
That makes sense to me because that's a Vince thing. I get Goldberg coming back. First of all, when he came back the first time and beat Lesnar in 30 seconds, that was holy shit cool because it was just the first time. It was Goldberg coming back in, putting the boots on, beating Lesnar.
It wasn't for the belt either.
It wasn't for the belt. They got the belt. They got their title match at Mania, whatever. Like, I get it. And I understand, too, that,
What if they're doing it just to push
Well,
Gunther more?
Here's what I think they're doing it for, specifically. I think it has more to do with the fact that they're going to be in Atlanta. They need a little push to sell some tickets. And who better than to call up Atlanta's biggest legend at an arena where he won his first world title against Hulk Hogan almost 22, what would it do? He won it in
1998.
So almost 30 years.
Yeah.
Almost 30 years to the day. One last opportunity against a world champion to send him on his way.
Is this a retirement match?
Yes.
And it damn well better be because
Well,
if he-
and here's the deal. What better way to do it? You're going to have to have Seth cash in.
yeah.
When,
Who would you
on
rather?
your retirement match,
Goldberg?
don't you usually
Yeah.
put someone over?
Yeah,
Well, here's the thing though.
who would you rather, Goldberg, or have to put over Seth, Jey Uso,
Yeah.
or Goldberg that Seth is going to cash in on?
Yeah.
It's a way to
They
get the
don't-
title off of him and onto
And
Seth.
If Gunther does win and Seth cashes on him, Gunther can always come back and say, "Look, I just wrestled a guy who went 176-0. I was tired when Rollins beat me." They can come back to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But also, it doesn't hurt.
Also,
any
you get a Gunther face run. which would be
it does,
kinda
and
neat.
it doesn't hurt any of their like. It doesn't hurt anything for them to do this match as a one-off. It hurts them if Goldberg takes the belt and then is world champion
It
on
doesn't
Raw
make
for a
sense.
month.
Right.
It doesn't
Right.
make sense.
But for now, yeah, it happens all the time too. Legends coming back, I'm challenging you one last time, and frankly, it happens a lot more with Goldberg. That's kind of his thing. He can walk in. I did like how he mimicked Cena a little bit.
Yeah.
Somebody asked him, you know what? How come he didn't have to beat anybody to be number one contender? And Goldberg was like, I went 176-0. I don't have to beat anybody else to get a title shot.
Yeah, I don't have to stand in
He
line.
earned it.
Same thing with Cena. He's like, my acumen, my thing in the company is what earned me my shot in the Elimination Chamber.
I just don't want to see him beat Gunther.
Well, here's my thing. If he does beat Gunther and they do put the belt on him, that means that he's the champion on Raw and Cena's the champion on SmackDown.
Yeah, what is
Interesting.
it? 1998 again?
Yeah, but it's not 2003
Retirement match
again.
season.
So we'll see what happens, I guess.
hope
But
not.
I sure hope Gunther wins.
Hit us with the next one, Big Bad John.
Elijah,
We have an injury update.
Not
for
Elijah.
Fightful.
That's Elias.
Sustained. Yeah, that's
It's-
Elijah.
First of all,
That's
it's Ezekiel.
Elias's cousin. Elijah sustained a torn tricep.
Yeah.
On this week's NXT, already went successful surgery, speedy recovery. This is why we have Joe Hendry versus Trick Williams at Slammiversary.
Yeah.
Because this was supposed to be the Slammiversary match. He was pulled out. Obviously, Joe Hendry is your best face to throw in, and Slammiversary's main event. Great, regardless.
Just hope he recovers well and recovers soon.
We might see Ezekiel pop up. You never know. Elias might be out there, too. Hit us with the next one, Big Bad John. We're going to keep going with the injury updates.
Liv Morgan, god damn it.
Liv Morgan.
Hurt.
Sustained a dislocated shoulder.
Will be out from 8 to 16 weeks.
Yeah, sick. It's more serious than they thought. It is requiring surgery.
Yeah.
Leave fucking Kairi Sane alone.
Yeah.
It's wrestling. It happens.
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing she did. I watched the breakdown of it. It was just the way she landed. It wasn't nobody's fault.
No.
Quit sending the hate and shit to people on Facebook.
But
and as a matter of fact, tell Naomi and Jade to knock that shit off too, because they're instigating that kind of shit by them allowing them to do that shit in the first place.
And now, once again, they'll be vacating the WWE Women's Tag Team titles.
They have decided not to vacate the tag titles.
Oh, really?
Roxanne Perez will step in as a Judgment Day Freebird rule to wrestle with Raquel Rodriguez.
Hey, I'm good with that.
Kind of like how Naomi stepped in for Jade
Cargill. That's great.
Yeah, that is the idea going forward.
I'm down with that.
Which is cool. Unfortunately, it does pull her out of the match with Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
And the rumored title push at SummerSlam, because she will miss both.
What a shame to get hurt right before Evolution.
I know, right? Especially when you're going to wrestle Nikki Bella.
And when you're one of the top women on the roster.
Yeah.
Period. Now, who do you think wrestles Nikki Bella? Probably Roxanne
Perez.
right? Yeah.
It should be. If I was going to do it, yes.
Yeah, Roxanne Perez would be the next one in line.
Or maybe...
and this is also where Dom leaves Liv for Roxanne.
Yep. Yeah, it's real life imitating art.
Yeah, he'll leave Liv for Roxanne, and that'll be the swerve
and then
coming
he'll probably leave her for fucking Julia.
Yeah, just
let
you know what?
Here.
Put him through the whole damn roster, baby.
Why not?
Everybody loves Dirty Daddy Dom.
Hit us with the next one. We've got another injury. I want you to look at Ric Flair's face. Go ahead. Yeah, here we go.
Richard
Look at
Flair.
This side of this man's face.
All beat up.
I mean, someone put the whooping on him. I mean the whooping. Ric Flair teaching to run his mouth at 8,000 years old. He knows better. Also, him taking shots at JR was laughable.
Well,
that was laughable, dude.
He said he was trying to make a joke. Which the shitty part is then, like, Ric Flair's cancer diagnosis came the day after he said it.
Yeah.
Which may have been, well, maybe he already knew. I don't know, but it was in bad. Flair defends the fact that it was a joke. He was trying to, JR just wants attention. And
I
then,
get it.
If you read it that way, it's, JR just wants attention, and then it's like, hey man, focus on your recovery. See you soon. Get well.
Yeah.
But it just came across bad because it's Flair, and he's a dick.
I mean,
a big dumb dick.
Look at his face.
Space Mountain dick.
He's very
slapped around.
Yeah.
Hit us with the next one, please.
Well, no one's ever gone to bat saying, "Oh, Ric Flair, not a selfish asshole whatsoever."
Go ahead, go wide on this, Johnny.
Well, he has gas problems now because of that little Goldberg.
Hey, don't forgive him. The best part of this picture isn't even the rotund lady behind him.
Robust.
It is the fact that he's just blissfully stupid. Look at him.
Blissfully ignorant. Goldberg's not around.
Well, he knows that Goldberg wasn't going to be there, so he can relax.
That's right. That's right.
And when you relax, sometimes you let one slip. Have you ever done it? I have.
It does happen.
You think he'll be there for the Goldberg and Gunther?
God, I hope so.
I know there's a huge push online right now for them to have Brett come out and fuck Goldberg.
Tell me that's true.
Yeah, no.
Tell me that's gonna happen.
But man, if that did happen, what a great final note.
Fuck you, Bill Goldberg.
Fuck you, Bill Goldberg.
You fuck.
You. However,
you ended my career. Now I'm gonna end yours.
Or instead of Gunther choking him out, beat him with the sharpshooter.
Dude, don't do that.
That's a great way.
I'll pop, dude.
That's a great way to put it.
And you know what? He probably will put him in the sharpshooter.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
100% sure.
I bet Gunther does.
Yeah.
I just have that feeling.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Saturday
night's main event.
So.
Look at Booker T. Oh, wait. That's not Booker T. That's Cedric Alexander.
That is Uncle Cedric.
Looking like a grown-ass man.
Here's what I love about this. Showing up in TNA, not only the fact that Mustafa Ali promo, but the fact that because TNA's working with NXT,
he's not.
we can put him and Javon Evans back together.
He's not completely off the radar.
And except this time, we can have them feud with each other with NXT and TNA.
Yep, 100%.
We could do a War Games coming up here soon and do TNA versus NXT.
I hadn't considered that as an option.
Be fucking great, man.
Only if they get the real, like Steve Macklin and a couple. Actually, no. You know what you do? You fill it with nothing but former WWE guys.
Yes.
Specifically, like Nick Nemeth, who was NXT champion at one point in time.
JVC,
Eric Young, everybody who went through NXT at one point or another that is in TNA now. Yeah. That's how you field your versus TNA team.
Yep. It would be phenomenal. Cedric Alexander looking amazing.
Yeah, looks fantastic. Looks like he's in great shape. Can't wait to see what him and Mustafa do.
Had a very hard choice because they were really pushing for him. And they pushing for Cedric Alexander.
Well, I can understand Cedric too creatively wanted to do something different.
I dig it.
You know,
TNA is.
And to be fair, I think everybody expected him to show up in AEW. So what a great swerve.
Well, not only that, but TNA it's done so good for Fandango. It's done so good for Trick Williams. I mean, it's made Trick a household name.
Yeah.
In TNA, which is saying something because for the longest time, if you were a TNA fan, you were like AEW. Fuck the WWE.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's how it was. They were the first to try to topple Vince McMahon.
I mean, outside of WCW, yeah.
I mean, after the wars.
Yeah, after the wars, after ECW and WCW
obviously
were
the
gone.
Wars. Obviously the wars.
But yeah, no, they've also the longest running. Like people don't remember, man, the early days of TNA when they first hit Spike TV.
Was sick.
They were pulling more viewers in wrestling than watch wrestling now.
Yeah.
They were popping 4 million ratings. Of course, Vince was still doing 12, 13, and now we're all fighting for 1 million. But back in the day, TNA was a viable alternative. It was just mishandling of money, mishandling of time, budget, and Spike TV's unwillingness well, no, they bent a lot. Their unwillingness to continue their working relationship after Dixie Carter lied to Spike TV about Vince Russo working for him.
Ah, yes, I remember
That's why they lost their deal. Nobody remembers that, but they Spike TV specifically said they do not want Vince Russo involved. And it was after Dixie had already Spike TV. Because, also TNA wasn't paying guys like Sting, Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff, or Kurt Angle. That wasn't coming out of TNA's bottom line. That was coming out of Spike.
Yes.
Spike was paying for that talent. And so very specifically, we're like, we will continue this partnership because they're making their money back. It was TNA who wasn't breaking even. But Spike TV was making money off of TNA. And then she hired Vince Russo under the table and fucking ended up letting it slip to some board or to some production meeting that he was writing for them, and Spike immediately was like, go fuck yourself. You know, we've given you guys a ton of our money, we've given you a ton of our ad space, a ton of our air space, which, let's be clear, they didn't give him a ton of ad space, but they gave him enough.
No, but enough.
Like, you know, how fucking dare you? And then, of course, now we have you leave that, and then we have the multiple war partnership for whoever the fuck to buy it. Billy Corgan had it at one point in time. They fucked him. Another guy had it at one point in time. Another multimedia group that Jarrett put together had it at one time. They got fucked. And now it's owned by Endeavor, which TKO owns, and eventually will own TNA outright. So, there we go, kids.
So, Cedric Alexander makes his debut in TNA. Hit us with the next one, please. So, a lot of heat.
Looked great.
Dude showed up to his
great
hotel room afterwards, like fans and shit, irate.
To fight him.
He not only took this man's mask. Go ahead and hit us with the next one. I believe he is El Grande Americano
pulling double duty
in disguise.
Yeah.
Hence, I was right all along.
That's right. It's not Chad Gable.
It's not Chad Gable.
MJF is El Grande Americano, ladies and gentlemen.
He did it. I watched it.
Obviously, the American singlet and stuff was, a shot at El Grande Americano.
It's him.
Which is
hilarious.
great. It's
MJF. It's totally him. It's Sting. But no, for real.
They're talking about having, now at All In, a match between MJF and Mystico. AEW is or CMLL is very happy with the partnership and want it to continue, which would be
obviously.
great. Also, we don't have a graphic for this. I wish we did because I just now remembered it. But there's a wrestler named Vita Vaughn who is she is the CMLL Women's Champion. She is also a champion of 5 other promotions.
Yes.
Mercedes Moné, champion of 5 places, being AEW Women's TBS champion. After her match with Toni Storm at All In, the plan is that there's going to be a winner-take-all match, and that Mercedes and Vita Vaughn will put all of their belts on the line just so Mercedes can end up holding like 11 championships. Which I think genuinely,
Hogan.
and I mean this with all sincerity, I want her to win so many fucking titles that they have to have a body double come to the ring with her holding her championships.
You mean like Sonny Ono and the Ultimate Dragon?
I want her to have like 39 fucking titles before it's all said and done.
Christ.
Do it, you cowards.
There's Overkill, and then there's AEW.
Perfect. Make it happen, baby.
Hit us with the next one. All right, so Undertaker is officially signed with Creative.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if we did this story last week or not.
We did not.
Super cool. He joins the long list of writers and producers of the past.
Correct.
Shane Helms, I believe Tyson Kidd, obviously.
Yeah.
Road Dogg.
Jason Jordan.
I mean, we have a lot.
Jamie Noble.
And for him, maybe we'll start to get monster characters again. Maybe we'll, you know what I mean?
I mean, ideally, that's where you want him. You want him to be the guy. Like, his work in the Performance Center for a long time was working with bigger guys. Baron Corbin, The Fiend. Got like, where his input would be best used. Like, well, he works with Obafemi.
Yeah.
Sometimes, too.
Well, he's working with Jasper Reed now,
too. Give the big guys a taker, because honestly, who's going to teach him better than him, especially with Chris Park there?
Than the man.
Take her in Abyss, sit a big guy down, be like, this is how you work like a
Would
big
have
man.
loved to have seen that today.
Well, it was going to happen. Then it didn't.
Nope. Hit us with the next one, Big Bad John. Speaking of hiring people behind the scenes, check this out.
Who the hell was that?
Anybody know who that is?
Is that girl? The one who, wait, what's her name?
One that killed her mother?
Yeah, what's her name?
That is Gypsy Rose.
Gypsy Rose!
That is your new AEW liaison.
Huh.
Because Tony Khan is completely out of his fucking mind.
That can't be true.
It's not.
It's
not
true.
true.
That cannot be
but
true.
She would be an AEW fan. No, that actually was just taken a couple days ago at Collision.
Well, it's good to know that
she's looking for her next husband to pin it on.
Gross.
Hit us with the next one. I just thought that was hilarious to me. This is cool. We announced a couple weeks ago that the guitarist from Tool was the guy who was doing Penta's theme. He also does Ray Phoenix.
Yeah.
That is a $1 bill.
Is that all they paid him?
That is all that is paid for the rights and all of that to their theme songs is a crisp $1 bill.
Well, that's cool.
That's old school.
Yeah.
That's old school right there. That's Sting and Sting.
Yeah.
They still, to this day,
send each other $1.
$1.
Yeah.
Because the wrestler has to pay the singer for the use of Sting.
Yeah, Steve Borden.
Has been, and just so lucky that he is such a big wrestling fan.
Yeah.
But I think that's cool. Adam getting the dollar rub.
That's cool.
Fantastic.
Nice little photo op for Hunter, too.
Yeah, I thought so, too. I thought it was really cool. So Dominic has had 2 of the biggest matches against Shapes.
Against Octagon.
When is Square coming in?
Well, I mean, technically.
Can we get a triangle?
Well, if Punk is straight edge, right?
Yeah.
They used to call straight edge people squares.
That's true.
Squares. So maybe
Punk's gonna take. Or did you just break something? Are you fucking Bo Dallas in me right now?
That's right. CM Punk is gonna be the one to throw Dirty Dom for the
He's the 6th man.
Is there going to be a cute angle there?
Maybe.
That's a good one.
Maybe that's
a cute angle. I like it.
I like how she leveled the playing field.
Yeah, perfect. Hit us with the next one, Big Bad John. Good God.
All right, SmackDown from Rehab, maybe. The Women's United States Championship, Zelina Vega defends against Julia.
Oh, that's right. I forgot SmackDown will also fucking be in Riyadh.
Yes.
Oh.
Going to be a great match. I think that Zelina will probably take it. I don't think Julia is ready for the United States title yet.
That'll be the only women's match on the card, more than likely.
No.
No? Really?
Hit us with the next one, Big Bad John. This
is
what I love. Finally, we're going to get
The Wyatt Six taking on the
They've
Street
been
Profits
running roughshot
for the
over
WWE
everyone.
Tag Team titles.
It's going to be a good one. I hope new champions crowned. One never know.
It might happen.
And then in their main event, go ahead and hit us with the next one, Johnny. We've got a last woman standing match for the women's championship. Nia Jax challenging Tiffany Stratton. So, SmackDown's card's fucking stacked, too.
2 women's championship matches in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
And a Queen of the Ring.
5 years prior, women couldn't even be in public in Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
What a time to be alive.
It's crazy, right?
What a weird thing to admit that the company that underwent one of the largest sex scandal lawsuits in corporate history
Also helped
broker a peace for women performers in Saudi Arabia.
It's nuts.
Odd, right?
That's what kept you looking in the other place.
I guess so.
All right, hit us with the next one, Big Bad John. I'm thinking Tiffany's. Check this out.
The real people version of Bert and Ernie is disturbing.
Very.
Yes, it is.
All right, I have something for you to read with the
Bert.
next slide.
Okay.
I found a story on Facebook
Okay.
that I had never heard before
Okay.
because I'm normal and I just never heard of it. Go ahead and hit us with the next picture. Speaking of
Hey, are we
being
getting any
interesting
comments or
tag
anything, by
teams,
the way? Is anybody out there? I'm not seeing any.
I think they're just watching. All right, here is this.
Maybe they just don't like us today.
Could be.
You will scroll to the left.
All right. Now, I
Starting
believe
at the
this
top
is an
here.
AI-generated wrestling
It is.
story.
This is, of course, not who you think this is, but it is who you think this is.
Right.
Give us old school. Give us some voices
Voices.
as you do it. Give it like the NFL announcer or something.
Well, got a great show for you here. In the annals of professional wrestling, few stories are as bizarre and entertaining as the saga of Turbo Time. This short-lived but unforgettable tag team, consisting of a young Steve Austin and Shawn Michaels, turned the WWF upside down in 1992 with their chaotic antics and psychological warfare. Turbo Time wasn't about traditional wrestling matches. Instead, they specialized in creating confusion and chaos wherever they went. Their most infamous stunt occurred during WrestleMania 8, known as the Hogan Bathroom Incident. According to various accounts, Hulk Hogan had casually mentioned during a match that he might have termites in his Florida mansion. Austin and Michaels took this as an invitation to cause mayhem. Disguised as pest control experts from Turbo Termite Control, they arrived at Hogan's gated estate during WrestleMania weekend. In full coverall and wigs, they knocked on the door and, with a brief exchange, asked to use the bathroom. What followed was a 2-hour demolition of Hogan's guest bathroom, with the duo taking turns and even delivering mud pies. The situation escalated when Michaels emerged screaming, claiming Austin was stuck in the toilet. Hogan rushed to assist, only to be met with laughter as Austin revealed it was all a prank. The duo then revealed their true identities, shouting their catchphrase, "It's Turbo Time!" They proceeded to wreak havoc in Hogan's mansion, jumping. The incident was so outrageous that it was aired live and even aired live during WrestleMania, but Vince McMahon later decided to destroy the footage. Turbo Time's reign of chaos was short-lived. Disbanding shortly after the incident, however, their legacy lives on as one of the most memorable and unconventional chapters in wrestling history. That's fucking ridiculous. I love whoever
Now,
wrote that.
we need one of those graphics that does the more you know star.
We need to continue to elaborate on Turbo Time and their antics.
I
And all
agree.
the pranks that they've pulled.
I agree.
I'm in for it.
So Turbo Time.
Turbo
And the funny
Time.
thing is they were actually tag team champions at one point in 1996.
Oh?
The beginning of Stone Cold Steve Austin, him and Shawn Michaels won the tag titles, and at King of the Ring that year they wrestled each other. 97, actually. And Shawn Michaels super kicked one referee, another referee come down, Austin stunned him, and then it was a double disqualification, and they were tag team partners that had to wrestle each other. And as they're leaving, neither one will let the other one get a step ahead of them, so every time they're walking down the aisle, if one stops, the other stops. He goes, "Go ahead." The other one's like, "No, you go ahead."
Yeah.
Hilarious. But I thought that was great. Also, pretty cool fucking championship belt. Better looking than most of the
I like
ones
that
we've gotten
belt, yeah.
recently. I just want to know where Michaels' is. No, I don't. Hit us with the next one.
It's a Genetti's bag.
All right.
Professional wrestling era versus era.
We're going to see who thinks who will win.
All right.
Just for funs.
In the match that never happened, it was supposed to happen, but it didn't. We have the hero of the 1980s, Hulk Hogan, against the badass of the 1990s, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Who wins?
For the championship.
The championship? Hogan. He's never going to put Austin over. No, that's not true. If
The money was right.
We've sat down and Vince explained Austin. So Austin was the golden goose at the time. Piper versus The Rock
in an I Quit match.
Ooh! Piper wins.
Yes, Roddy Piper for sure. We have the Intercontinental Championship, Chris Jericho versus Randy Savage.
Randy Savage.
We're talking Lionheart, Chris Jericho.
Jericho, because Savage would have put him over as a young guy.
I don't know. Johnny, who do you think?
I'd go with Jericho.
Yeah, I think Jericho. I think Savage puts him over.
I wouldn't know. I've never seen Randy work.
Oh, got you.
It's hard for me to participate in this.
Understood. We've got the Hart Foundation, consisting of the original Hart
Owen,
Foundation.
Angle, and Brett.
Yes. Versus DX, Triple H, and the Outlaws for the Tag Team Championships.
Hart Foundation.
I gotta go DX.
Ooh.
Just because I love DX, I know that.
I'm gonna go with DX as well.
Hart Foundation, baby.
In a 2 out of 3 falls, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Kurt Angle.
Angle, but it's close. Like, it's one of those... It's like... Steamboat's got the rope.
Now, I'm guessing we're doing Angle with hair, because that's the picture that it showed.
Yeah. Yeah, Angle, but it's real close. It's like a last second reversal into a pin, and Angle grabs the ropes, 1, 2, 3, win.
Okay, we've got the Brothers of Destruction versus Demolition.
Brothers of Destruction.
Yeah, Taker and Kane.
Taker and Kane would beat them. They beat them in a shoot fight. They beat them to death.
Jake the Snake Roberts versus Mankind.
Oh, that's...
Mankind.
The promos would be great.
The promos
I don't know how
sell
the match
fucking
would
thing.
go.
Yeah.
Just so you know, it does say with Sacco.
Oh, nice.
Don't forget
Well,
Sacco.
Mankind.
Well, Roberts is gonna have Damien.
Well, Damien's dead. Earthquake squashed him. This is the... oh, wait, no, it's the original.
Hey, that's
era.
Damien. Damien's around his shoulders.
I'm going to go Foley.
I'm going to say
beat the
Foley,
fucking
too.
Snake.
But that would be, again, the promos for that match alone would sell it.
Right.
And then we have the Rockers against the Hardy Boys.
And then, oh, God. Well, here's the deal. It's a tables, ladders, chairs match.
The Hardy Boys.
I don't know. I don't know if I'll go against Michaels in a ladder match.
Hardy's, I mean, even then, Jeff Hardy's got a longer win record for ladder matches than Michaels does.
That's true.
And Matt Hardy's got more wins in a ladder match than both of them combined.
Also says live at Madison Square Garden if that makes any difference to any of those matches.
Madison Square Garden, the only one that really affects is Hogan and Austin. Because that might be where Hogan does get the win over on Austin, yeah.
I get that totally. All right, here's what our next
And
one.
also, that ladder match really wouldn't matter because it would just be Jannetty and fucking Jeff in the back getting high while fucking Michaels and Matt Hardy did all the hard work.
Right. No career-altering injuries.
No scandals, no backstage politics.
Who would have had the best career in WWE?
Rob Van Dam's up there because he was champion of the WWE and ECW whenever he got popped for the weed. And, like, if you consider that now, if he got popped, it'd be a slap on the fucking wrist.
Truth.
So, like, Rob Van Dam is way up there because we didn't even get the meat of his title.
Enzo and Cass would have been...
Enzo and Cass probably one of the biggest tag teams ever. But it's not like Enzo was going to break away and become world champion. It's not like Cass would have either. I could see Enzo becoming Intercontinental Champion. Or them free-birding the Intercontinental title.
If we're talking about no injury, no career-altering injuries, Samoa Joe.
Joe's up there. Kennedy, had Orton not lied about hurting him, Kennedy would have been in the main event picture right up there with Cena throughout the rest of the 2000s.
I've seen the back body drop that he gave him. It was perfectly flat.
It was perfectly flat.
Well, it was. It was perfectly
It was
flat.
a perfect... If Cena would have put the Nexus over, Wade Barrett would have gone on to be WWE champion forever.
Yep.
He would have fought with Cena multiple times. It would have been, instead of Cena versus Sheamus, it would have been Barrett versus Sheamus, Barrett versus Claudio.
Barrett and Drew.
You know, they would have, the Barrett and Drew for sure, so yeah. Barrett's way up there. Is that Ryder?
No, that is Alex Riley.
That's what I meant, Alex Riley.
Yeah.
A-Ry. Honestly, probably wasn't going to get much farther than The Miz anyway.
Velveteen Dream was big for a little while.
Velveteen Dream would have gone on to be NXT World Champion, but I don't know that he would have crossed over to the WWE well.
What about Riddle? Now we're talking no scandals, no injuries, no backstage politics. Him and Randy were doing really
Him and
well
Randy
together.
were a great tag team. I don't know that, like maybe a one-off world title win, but he wouldn't have gotten much farther than that. That would have been another Dolph Ziggler situation, where he worked his ass off and barely got any flowers that he deserved. But the one that would have had the best run out of all of them, the argument really comes down to Rob Van Dam and Kennedy for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Just because, like I said, we didn't even see Rob Van Dam's world title run.
Well, but Kennedy, I don't think, ever got the opportunity to show us just how good of it. When he was in TNA as champion, he was good. It was a good title run. But I think that's where Rob Van Dam wins out on me. I didn't get to see him be the E champion.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see them put the fucking stock in him like they should have.
So Rob Van Dam is at the top of the list, followed shortly by Kennedy, Barrett.
What do you think, Johnny? Who you think probably would have had Rob?
Rob.
Even though, like I said, I'm a big Enzo fan.
I think Enzo and Cass would have been. They'd still probably be wrestling for the WWE tag titles.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or they would have left the WWE and had one of the biggest tag team debuts at AEW and beat the Young Bucks.
Or
for
they
the tag
could have
titles.
joined up with the fucking D'Angelo family in NXT.
Yeah, there's a lot.
As the old school G's.
If they hadn't gotten fucked so early, there's a lot they could have done with those.
I agree. A lot of injuries had to do with a lot of
I could see them debuting at like AEW's first All Out or All In or whatever, or their first pay-per-view.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Them debuting and challenging the Young Bucks and Enzo cutting a killer promo about how, we're here to wrestle the best tag teams and we're the best blah, blah, blah. And then they would have had matches with FTR and the Lucha Brothers and the Private Party and, just they would have been a huge asset to their tag team division.
You all right there?
Did you hit the door, Brian?
She foreheaded herself into the door.
Nice
All right. Hit us with the next one, big man John.
Proud of you. I'm not a gorilla, but I could beat off 100 men. That's a good one.
I figured that'd make you laugh. I don't know whose picture that is. So.
No idea. I've seen the shirt before, though.
All right. Go ahead, Johnny. Here we are.
All right. We have another round of Celebrity Deathmatch. And as always, I'm Johnny Gomez.
I'm Nick Diamond.
Along with referee Mills Lane.
I'll allow it.
He'll allow it. All right, let's go.
All right, here we go.
We have the Juggernaut versus
E Honda.
E Honda from Street Fighter.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
I don't know, man. That's a good one.
I think the Juggernaut loses by E Honda letting him get a bunch of momentum and then doing something crazy
the
with a
fucking
helmet.
chop thing as he run in.
Where he slices him in half but he runs right through it.
Well, he has weapons too, so.
Yeah, but he's not really known for using weapons.
No.
Why is there a busted up keyboard? I want to know. Oh, it's not a keyboard.
No, it says Xavier's.
Xavier's School for Gifted Children. Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm gonna go E Honda. I think the
E-Honda,
Tom thing
does something
works
crazy
for
to
me.
Juggernaut. What do you think, Big Bad John?
E-Honda.
Sweet Tea?
What?
Juggernaut or E Honda, you think?
Just because I only know who Juggernaut is.
Okay, fair enough.
Works for me.
In our next one, we have Worf versus Teen Wolf.
Worf!
Well, since this isn't Teen Wolf 2, I'm gonna go Worf.
Yeah, Worf uses the.
Now, if it was
Batleth.
Jason
The
Bateman,
Batleth.
we might have a discussion here, but
Right.
Michael J. Fox is just gonna shake it off.
Shake it off.
Hit us with the next one, Big Bad John.
That was awful.
All right, we have Jafar in snake form against Arbok the Pokemon. Jafar, because Jafar at this time, when he becomes the giant snake, is the most powerful sorcerer in all the world.
Agreed.
True.
That's the wish he made from the genie.
No more wishes.
Arbok, cool concept of a Pokemon, but Jafar wouldn't have to stay in snake form, and is also about 35,000 times bigger than Arbok.
Word.
Would just eat him dead.
I 100% agree, Jafar. Oh, shit.
Hank Hill versus Beavis and Butthead. First of all,
Well, they're the two whacking in his pool shed.
yeah,
so.
fuck you. That's Hank Hill all day. He sells propane and
Dude,
propane accessories,
here's the deal.
and he will kick your ass.
Here's the deal. You see all that propane?
Yep.
See that lit stick?
Yep. It's going.
See that firework?
Going straight up there.
You know who wins?
Fucking the
Stewart.
the crowd.
Stewart wins. Daria wins, by God.
Daria.
Actually, Futurama would win because it killed off its two competitions.
But yeah, King of the Hill all day. Don't
Simpsons did it.
fucking come at me, bro.
I gotta go Beavis and Butthead, man.
Hank Hill would put them over his knee and kick their ass. I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
Damn it, Bobby. Not even 5 a.m. and that boy ain't right. Oh!
Oh, shit!
Oh, shit!
Oh, shit!
Earthworm Jim versus the Tick.
All right, which Tick are we talking about here?
Patrick Warburton.
Okay. We're talking live action or cartoon?
Live action.
It's got to be the Tick, right?
It's got to be the Tick.
It's
And I
gotta be
love
the
me
Tick.
some Earthworm Jim. Now, if Freakazoid were in there, that might change
Or
things around.
Metroid from behind the fucking turnpost. Also, there's a lot of Muppets watching.
There are. Well, the Muppets love the Tick.
I see that.
Yeah.
I see
Most
that.
Muppets have a Tick.
Sometimes. This is the next. Oh. Just for the subtle sex jokes alone,
Yeah.
Rocco, for sure.
Where's what's the Hef? Where's Hef?
Hef and what was the fucking? Was it Ed the turtle? No, Ed was Big Head
Oh.
next door.
Yeah, Big Head. Hello, Big Head.
What the fuck was the turtle's name?
I don't.
He
recall.
was the best character in the whole fucking show. Wore
I don't
glasses
know,
and
Rocco.
shit.
That seems like a bad idea.
Bad idea. It was the dragon's voice.
Yeah. I don't know, Rocco.
100% Rocco.
Yeah, Rocco all day. All
He
right.
would take his tongue and choke him out with it.
Smokey the Bear versus Yogi the Bear. Hey, boo boo. Want to take a look at my picnic basket?
Only you can prevent.
I
forest
feel
fires.
like people will say Smokey, but I'm going Yogi.
It's Wilford
Yogi.
Brimley. You got to add in the diabetes.
Oh yeah, he's got the beatus. Yeah, I'm going Yogi Bear.
You going Yogi? I'm going Dan Aykroyd. I'll go Yogi Bear.
Yogi.
100.
Morticia.
Me, I win. Morticia versus Elvira. Me personally, I'm
Yes,
victor.
100%. I don't care which one you talk about.
Yeah,
Any
no,
of them Morticias.
that's made for moi. Everybody out of the room for 10 minutes. Johnny,
If I had to pick one,
Johnny, send me that picture.
if I had to pick one, I'm more partial
Morticia.
to Elvira. But
See, Elvira's.
I like
B
horror movies,
while
so
Morticia is more a true goth.
And also, Morticia sometimes swords fights with Gomez.
it's true.
And can tango.
What can Elvira do? Run?
Well, she owned a movie store and
She
she
hasn't
showed
had
her,
any
and she
complaints
showed
yet.
her titties. I mean, come on.
I'm also very
And?
grateful for that.
The movie was great. And all of her hosting duties have been great.
Oh, yeah.
I
I-
love the old 21 Days Halloween shit she used to do.
That's on Prime.
I still got to say, though, Morticia for the win.
Yeah.
I'm going Morticia.
Sloth versus Lurch.
Lurch.
Sloth.
Ooh.
Sloth.
I can't go against the Adams there.
I'm
You
gonna...
went against the Adams on the
I-
last
Well,
gotta
that's
say
because there's
Lurch.
several Morticias. There's only one Elvira.
That was very well put.
It's true.
Nicely done.
Fair point.
Lurch.
No, I'm
Just
going
because
Sloth.
he has a relationship with Thing
You gotta keep in mind how many
and
bodies
Cousin It.
how many bodies Lurch has put down for the Adams over the years.
He also always
Good
fed their
point.
stove.
See what I'm saying?
And Sloth has a kind heart.
And also Lurch keeps all the monsters of the house in check.
He would
You
throw
know
a
what I
baby
mean?
Ruth on the ground. Sloth would turn around. He'd execution style him right in the back
Yeah.
of the fucking head.
You're
that quick.
absolutely right.
Lurch, baby.
You're
And then
right.
I hope he would take it to Feldman because I can't
Fuck
fucking stand
you,
Feldman.
Feldman.
Fucking Feld dog. Hit us with the next one, please.
It's our time down here.
Hey,
Beast versus the T100?
T1000.
T1000, that's what I meant.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Okay, I'm going to say Beast only because the Beast is a super genius and will figure out how to hyper cool the T1000's metallic alloy to where he freezes and then shatters it.
Yep.
What happens though if he miscalculates and it gets in his ear? It can explode him from the inside.
He's the Beast. He doesn't miscalculate. He's Hank
Does
McCoy,
he?
man.
Does he know that it's a T1000? Maybe he jumped.
But
Maybe he
did
forms his
miscalculate. That's how
body
he became the beast.
into Great Nana Beast.
Yeah, but they fucked that up in the movie. That's not what really happened.
Well,
They
you
fucked
know.
all that up.
I'm gonna go just for Kelsey Grammer.
Hank McCoy, baby!
I'm gonna go Beast.
Man, fuck the T1000. He couldn't beat Arnold. You think he can't beat Hank McCoy? Fuck you.
That's true.
Fuck you. Where's the kid? Fucking not with you, fucker.
Oh!
Oh! Oh!
That's a good one.
Howard the Duck versus Scrooge McDuck.
Well, already Scrooge is doing the two-handed Bruce Lee wind sticks. That's what it looks like.
I think that they would get disqualified.
I think Howard the Duck,
somehow.
man.
Oh man, you
I think actually, you know what I think?
Scrooge
happens?
because he's got lunch pad.
in true celebrity deathmatch form, like Daffy pops up out of nowhere and
Kills
yells
them both?
duck season and shoots him with a shotgun.
I was thinking Huey, Dewey, and Louie,
Oh yeah.
but they're all crackheads now.
My name could have been Turbo.
They're back
Daisy
there.
comes
They're
out-
Watching.
Oh yeah, okay. Daisy comes out with her big fake implants.
Yeah.
Distracts Howard the Duck, and Scrooge kills him with a roll of fucking gold coins.
Oh yeah. All right.
Execution style.
I can
Having
see. I'll
something
give
with
you
that.
Scrooge McDuck. I still think
Scrooge
Daffy
has an
shows up.
entourage,
And then
I still think Daffy shows up and
Launchpad
cooks
shows
them both.
up as Turbo Duck, and mechanically just
Gotta love
destroys him. Hit us
Well,
with
then
a knife
Darkwing
face.
Duck. All the ducks. The Skipper versus Mr. Okay, we got the battle of two of the most popular television shows of their era, Gilligan's Island or
I
the
pity the
A-Team.
skipper.
Well, here's the deal. While Mr. T's a badass,
Mm-hmm.
and you know he can fight,
Mm-hmm.
he isn't as irritated as the skipper
No, I
gets
think-
with being
no.
stranded on an island and can't have any of the pussy that's on there.
Yeah.
He can't get away from the one fucking person that he needs a breath from
Yeah.
is around every fucking corner,
Oh,
and they're
that
all
is.
and all the people that
He's
are there
gonna
stuck
fucking
up.
snap.
Yeah.
He's gonna snap.
Skipper
I
all
think
day.
the Skipper. I think you're right.
Let's do one for the skipper.
And then I think Gilligan shows up at the end and fucks it all up somehow.
He's right there.
I
He
pick
pities the skipper.
That's a good one. Yeah, Skipper.
If he doesn't blow a blood vessel on the side of his neck.
Judge Judy versus Judge Mathis.
Oh, Mathis, he's a cold ass pimp.
Doesn't matter. You know why? Because we got Judge Mills Lane, motherfucker.
Well, he'll allow it.
He'll allow it. Judge Judy.
Oh, I gotta go Mathis, man.
Judge
He's an
Judy.
old school pimp.
She'd shove that gavel up his ass and
Judge
twist it.
Judy.
He would powder the backside of his hand and pimp slip shit out of her.
No, Judge Judy
She
would have
would-
that ass.
Like that.
She would bitch slap
Like that.
him before he even
She'd
thought
get up.
about
She'd
it.
It's
get
so
up
fast.
in them guts.
It's so fast you
No,
hear it. I'm
you're
telling
insane,
you.
crazy.
He's gonna be like, "What's up, Snitch? Hit us with the next one, please."
Vanilla Ice versus
All day.
Frosty the Snowman.
It's ice cold.
It's Frosty, baby.
No, oh
Frosty.
No,
Well,
all
no,
day.
okay. All Vanilla Ice has to do is take the hat off.
Hey, collaborate and listen.
Yeah, you're right. It's the hat.
Stop wearing the hat.
If he takes the hat off of him, he just becomes a regular snowman.
That's right. He might not. Well, here's if it was Jack Frost.
That's what I'm saying. If it was Jack Frost.
I've seen a movie with Jack Frost that I mistakenly rented when I was a
I
kid.
only asked you for a smoke. You know what I used to do? This is a true story. Stop, melt time.
Stop.
That's awesome.
Melt time.
This is a true story. I used to go in. Okay, so there were two Jack Frosts, right? There was the horror movie one, and then there was the Michael Keaton one where,
Like,
where
yeah,
he
harmonica,
dies and
yeah.
becomes the snowman. I used to go into Blockbuster and swap the VHSs.
That's fantastic.
That way, whenever families think they were getting the good Jack Frost, it was the Jack Frost who used his carrot to fuck Jennifer Love Hewitt in the frozen bathtub.
Yeah, he did. Jennifer Tilly. I thought it was Tilly.
No, it was Jennifer Love
Was it
Hewitt.
Jennifer
Yeah.
Love Hewitt?
I only asked you for a smoke.
Vanilla Ice all day. Ninja rap.
Go Ninja, go Ninja.
Oh,
Baba
man.
Booey versus Donkey.
Question.
Baba Booey's been putting some
Who's
terrible
Baba
shit.
Booey?
He, Howard
He's
Stern.
He's one of the production jockeys for Howard Stern.
Okay.
Donkey.
I gotta go Donkey. It's Eddie Murphy at the end of the day.
He's got hooves.
He's got
He likes
waffles.
pig's feet.
He's not pig feet.
He's got waffles.
Yeah.
He does.
Baba Booey put up a good fight.
He would. I mean, they both got the chompers.
Carl
Oh, man.
Winslow versus Al Bundy.
This is a nightmare fuel.
Al
for
Bundy.
me.
Al Bundy. Sorry, Al Bundy.
I don't know, dude.
Fuck. Al Bundy, canonically, on their own show, has never lost a fist fight.
However,
Carl Winslow's a cop. with a
Carl
gun.
Winslow took the serum from Bruce Lee.
Once.
Oh, yes.
Without the machine
You don't
there.
think if he got hit in the right spot, it might not re-fucking fire
or
up on him?
like Al Bundy throws him outside and like Steve throws him into the
Vertical
machine.
jumps in.
All right, I could see. Fine.
Celebrity deathmatch wise?
Carl Winslow rules celebrity deathmatch
Yeah, yeah.
rules. Okay, I get it. That's fair.
I mean, he
That's
did
fair.
win. He did have four. What was it? 4 touchdowns in a single game.
That was Al Bundy.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, Carl was part of Die Hard, so I mean, he wins.
But Al Bundy's a legitimate black belt. Well, the actor who plays Al Bundy is a legitimate.
Carl Winslow had a fine daughter.
He had a couple of them. One of them went up the stairs and never came back.
Never. Well, she ended up in porn movies, believe it or not. Hit us with the next one, please.
Captain Morgan versus Jack Sparrow.
Captain
I
Morgan.
thought it was Captain Hook at first.
I thought
too.
it was Jack Sparrow.
Captain
Yeah.
Morgan because he'd get him drunk.
But
Jack
that's what
Sparrow.
that.
I
But
mean, insanely
but
drunk.
that's how
But
that's
that's
how
how
Jack
Jack
Sparrow
Sparrow
is.
works.
Well, I was
That's how-
thinking.
yeah.
I was thinking.
That's like
alcohol
someone
poisoning.
getting me drunk and thinking they could beat me in a fight after.
I was thinking maybe something along the lines of alcohol poisoning.
No.
It's Jack
wait.
Sparrow. He doesn't succumb
His-
to alcohol poisoning.
His dad was Keith Richards.
Yeah, you're
Never
goddamn
mind.
right.
Never mind.
Jack
He
Sparrow.
was on an island with nothing but rum, okay?
He would pop Captain Morgan up and drink his blood like a vampire.
That's a good point.
Jack Sparrow.
That's a
baby.
good point.
Captain Jack. Dirty Captain Jack.
Now I want to watch Pirates of the Caribbean.
Witchy Jack.
Real captain, real.
Simple Jack. Oh, Tigger versus Chester Cheetah.
I want you to put your
I want you to take the stand. Because I think
Tigger.
Tigger.
the
Obviously.
wonderful thing about Tigger is Tigger's a wonderful thing.
Chester Cheetah is
Yeah.
like he's high on cheese,
Yeah.
and Tigger is not.
Tigger in Celebrity Deathmatch style rules would shove his tail down Chester's throat and bounce his
Yeah.
insides to death. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed. It ain't easy being cheesy.
It ain't easy being cheesy. Oh! Launchpad McQuack versus Gizmo Duck.
Oh no.
You've been talking about Launchpad for 2 episodes.
I don't know who launched
I
that.
love Gizmo Duck.
Launchpad, he...
Scrooge McDuck's
Yeah.
robot friend.
No, Launchpad and Gizmo are two different people.
Yeah,
Yeah, Gizmo's from the rescue.
Gizmo Duck, if you watch...
is Donald Duck, is it not?
No, it's,
No.
He's that professor.
Oh, that's right. It's Turbo Duck and Gizmo Duck. I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, he's a
Launchpad
teacher.
actually does take on the Gizmo Duck's
Yeah.
Outfit.
Yeah.
So,
I have no idea. I'm gonna say a disqualification. I don't think there are any in deathmatch except for death.
I think this is another one where like Darkwing Duck shows up and kills them both.
Yeah, okay.
Or maybe the what the fuck were they called?
Let's
The dogs.
get
What
dangerous.
about-
The family that always was stealing
What-
shit
Do you think the Mighty Ducks would ever come
from
around?
DuckTales.
The
Oh,
animated
the,
series.
Oh, I remember the Mighty Ducks.
the,
The animated series.
the,
The Sutton
Beagle
Boys, the Beagle Boys.
Beagle Boys.
Yeah, the Beagle Boys come in and fuck them both up.
Yeah.
Dressed as the Nasty Boys. 1991.
I'm down with it. Oh,
That's a tough one.
that one.
Montoya. Because you killed my father.
Inigo Montoya, damn it!
Yeah.
You guys don't understand how much. Well, he knows, but you guys don't. I'm a Zorro fanboy
fucking-
from
yeah.
day one.
Yeah.
I used to stay up at night whenever they would play the Disney Vault in the '90s from the original 1930 series of Zorro.
Was the black and white Zorro, followed by
I know, you like your vintage shows.
the Father Downey Mysteries and
Yep.
then Batman.
The Batman.
Both
Black-
episodes.
Also the Black Fox.
Yep.
Zorro, baby.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Inigo Montoya.
Inigo Montoya.
He,
Yeah.
he trained his whole life trying to find the
Also, he
six-figure
was on
man.
Criminal Minds, so he's seen some shit.
Yeah. Inigo Montoya.
So who are you picking?
Inigo Montoya.
Inigo Montoya.
Hurts me. Sorry, Zorro. Oh!
Fred Flintstone. all
Fred
day.
Flintstone would beat George Jetson to death.
John Goodman would
Jetson and Jane Jetson to the bed.
at the same
At the same time, because he's hardcore, and he'll take them both. Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, 100%.
You don't think he's going to share with Barney?
Fuck no. He's
No,
taking
Barney-
He's taking Betty, too.
Barney's his fluffer. He just gets him
Yeah.
ready.
But he says yabba dabba die.
No,
It works.
He's a good sidekick.
He is a good
He
sidekick.
is.
Then I'd still fuck his wife.
Betty,
All right.
Betty's way too good for him.
That's right. Well, is that it?
Yep.
Is that it for the day?
All right.
Right on, gang. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll be back next week. We will make sure that if any of the picks change, to follow our Facebook. That way you know, check the group chat. That way you know if that does happen, and we will continue to follow the Rion story.
Remember, streamlabs.com/ProWrestling Throwdown for all
Check
your
out the merch
needs.
store. And
Merch store.
from us to you as
Oh,
always.
hold on. We're going to be recording an episode for
Oh, yeah.
Patreon here within the next few minutes.
It's going to be lots of fun.
Is going to be a review of the King of the Deathmatch. Do you have the shirt handy?
Yep, right here.
Go ahead and give them a little preview there.
This is what
This match specifically. Cactus Jack versus Terry Funk in the, I believe it's the finals.
Yeah.
Of the King of the Deathmatch tournament. We're going to do a watch along. It will be behind a paywall because we can be ourselves and we can actually watch it with you as we record it. So
It's gonna be awesome.
stay tuned for that for work
More
on when that's
information.
going to come up. Keep watching the socials. Keep reaching out. Keep doing your thing. And as always, from us to you,
Keep it in the ring.
keep it in the